Seiko were founded in Japan in 1881 by Kintaro Otori. They started producing clocks in the 1890s and produced Japan's first wristwatch in 1913. From the beginning, Seiko have pursued the purpose of watchmaking excellence. Seikosha means house of precision. This being recognised, Seiko served as the official timer of the 1964 Tokyo Olympic Games. Seiko are also renowned for horological innovation. In 1969, they produced the world's first quartz watch, the Seiko Astron. This started the quartz crisis, causing a significant decline in the dominant Swiss watch industry, and shifted the world's watch production to companies such as Seiko. Seiko are now a giant company that is fully self-sufficient in the development and production of its extensive range of watches sold worldwide. 43.5mm wide, 13mm thick. The lug to lug is 48mm. Lug width is 22mm. It's a diver style watch, 200mm water resistant, 120 click unidirectional bezel. Glass type is a plexiglass. It has a Seiko 4L35 movement with 41 hours of power reserve. Okay, so just using the torch to charge up the Lume. And that should be plenty with that powerful torch. Let's see what it looks like now with the lights out. And there we go. Straight away, you can see that it's a mixture of blue and green. It's really powerful, and that's going to last all night as well on this proper Seiko Lume. Okay, so I'm just going to start by taking a real close look at the watch itself. So you can see straight away the dial. Sometimes it looks black, just pure black, and then you can hold it in the light and you can see that wave, that Kiloshi pattern. It looks really nice. The indices, which sort of stand out, really quite large indices with lots and lots of lume in them. And then there's a nice balance to that because the date window at 3 o'clock matches the 9 o'clock marker. The text in white, again, which sort of matches the markers, really well applied, and quite amazing when you think of this sort of patterned dial. So well done. You've got the Seiko and you've got this Prospex logo. Then you've got the PADI, it's the Professional Association of Diving Instructors. This is a special. And then automatic, and then divers. And Seiko tend to use this divers for the proper ISO standard. So it's got divers written on, and it's got 200 meters. And then the hands, the minute hand is red, as the end of the second hand is, and you can see that the minute hand, if you were actually diving, is what you would set the bezel to. So let's just turn the bezel, and there we go. We set the bezel, and now you can see that the markings on the bezel are red. First 15 minutes been important for divers to time how long they're in the water. So quite distinctive, and that's split up into minutes. And then you've got the blue for the rest of that, and I think that really works well. And then with those two hands, also as well as the red, you've got the black, and that's really neat the way they've done that. That's kind of hidden with the dial color. And the hour hand is very different. That is completely sort of brushed silver looking, with the obviously with the lume still on there, but it's the pointer hand, and it's very different. And the idea is that doesn't sort of stand out as much as the minute hand, which is for use of diving. And then you've also got the other red touches on the dial are the 12 o'clock, the 3 o'clock, the 6 o'clock, and the 9 o'clock. You've just got a touch of red at the side of the dial there. I think that works really well. Let's just turn that over, and you can see from the side that you've actually got this very unique shape, and pretty much the sort of in my mind I picture that sort of samurai. Have a look at that. That's what it looks like, and you can see that you've actually got brushing, and that's actually sort of brushed downwards. So not the sort of length of those two bits, but the actual sort of the other way, and between them you've actually got a completely polished bit, and I think that's quite unique. You wouldn't see it on any other watch. And you've also got the lugs drilled out as well, you can see, which is really good for strap changing and things. So if we just turn that to look at that from the other side, and you can see the crown is knurled. It's got like a knurl in, which is really good, really, really grippy. I'll just turn that out. And you can also see the sort of the edge of the bezel has got a similar sort of pattern to that. So it's a really nice match there. And it matches the other side, but this time you can't see the polished bit of the case. Okay, and then we turn that around. And if you look at that, it's just such a very angular. They're not curved at all, the lugs on this, and that's quite sort of specific to the Samurai. Most watches tend to have curved lugs, and these don't fit that category. They're quite broad lugs, again giving that sort of samurai image. You can see very defined lines rather than curves and such like. There's no real curves on it at all. If we look at the back of that watch, it says Air Divers 200 meters, Seiko Special Edition. And it's got the tsunami wave, the Seiko wave on that. And it's got the information about the movement, the 4R35 movement, and it's actually numbered. And that will also give information about the month and the year that was made. The bracelet, you can see, really fits nice and follows that sort of shape of the lugs and everything. I actually like these bracelets. I think a lot of people are not so keen on the, this sort of level of watch. The little bit more, not the most expensive watch, and a lot of people sort of put their own straps and things on. I have actually been wearing this on NATOs and rubber straps when I first got it, but I've a few weeks ago actually sized the bracelet and put the bracelet on. So the pros of the Seiko Samurai: you get an ISO standard diver's watch with a unique design, really good choice of colours to suit all tastes, very competitive price. You're looking at £250 to £300 second hand in good condition, £300 to £400 new. Very available, reliable workhorse movement, and excellent lume. So for disadvantages of the Samurai, it's got Seiko's own plexiglass, which doesn't really bother me, but some people prefer sapphire crystal. It's got a steel bezel. Again, I personally think that goes with the watch, but some people do like ceramic bezel. You can now actually buy a King Seiko for another about £170, which actually do have sapphire crystal and a ceramic bezel. So that's an upgrade. It's another option that people have got. Some people find the watch fairly large, so personally think it probably suits people with 7-inch wrist or greater. I've got a 7.25-inch wrist, and personally really think it fits fine on my wrist. Some of the watches do come with misaligned markers and hand start the eye, etc. Again, on my watch, I've been very lucky. I've had no problem in that respect. And probably not a sort of beach to boardroom watch where you could sort of, dress quite smart, go to the boardroom, and then, straight away go to the beach and give you that sporty look while you're at work. And I think the final thing is, if you look at the specifications, it gives quite a range for the accuracy of the watch, plus and minus. I'm guessing probably like about -20 to about +30 would be a typical sort of spec that you might see. I think you'll probably find that most of these are within about 10 seconds a day. Again, I've been very lucky with this one. It's running about -2 seconds a day. So to be honest, that's pretty much it, within cost standard if it was a sort of Swiss movement as such. So overall, I think the Seiko Samurai is a true diver watch with such a unique design and real good quality, and you're getting a real lot for your money. So I recommend the watch.